Why beta behavior ruins society. That's the topic we're going to be discussing here tonight, live. And you're not going to want to miss a single second of it because this is very, very important for both men and women in today's crazy modern dating world that we all live in. So stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right. Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell so that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That is absolutely positively correct. I am here to help each and every one of you get the best possible grip on your life so that way you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart or hearts desire. All right. Real quick, let me make sure the notification has gone out, and it has gone out. And let me check out the back end in the YouTube studio. Make sure that the stream health is rolling, and it seems to be rolling quite well. Gosh, I really love having fiber. I've had fiber internet, 1,000 up, 1,000 down for about a year and a half now. No issues. Gosh, I can't wait till everybody gets fiber. Then this internet and this world, this crazy digital world we all live in is going to become even more dangerous than it already is when every person gets fiber, at least 1,000 up and 1,000 down. Oh my goodness. Anyway, before we get the show started, once again tonight, I'd like to pay special props to this channel sponsor, Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network for all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. When you go on that website, you're going to see a bunch of internet radio stations. There are talk stations, and there are also music stations. And more than likely, one of those talk or music internet radio stations will suit your needs. So if you'd like listening to talk or music throughout the course of your days, please consider visiting www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both of those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down. And if you go to either of those sites and you find out how to connect with Troy and you decide to send him an email to say hello and introduce yourself, please do not forget to mention Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love and happy holidays from Coach Eli. Don't forget that. And also, I want to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season here. Folks, it is Tuesday, December 22nd, unless you're on the East Coast. It's already the 23rd. I see you, Mutt, and I see you, Firewolf Studios. You're up late. It's 12:41 p.m. Eastern time in your neck of the woods, Firewolf Studios and Mutt Nuts World, and it's only 9:41 p.m. Pacific time in my neck of the woods. Is it fair to say, Firewolf Studios and Mutt Nuts World, that West Coast is the best coast for streaming because we're 3 hours behind? Now, I'm not trying to rub it in, but I've had this debate with some pretty crazy people out here on YouTube in the past that so happen to live on the East Coast along with you folks. But I think they even agree that, they say at least, West Coast is the best coast for streaming. Everything else is better on the East Coast. Well, that's subjective, right? That's subjective to your own opinion, right? All right, folks, welcome to the show. We're going to be here for a while tonight because this is a very important topic. I wasn't going to go live again today, but the reason why I decided to go live is because, and I was going to take the day off because I was going to take yesterday off, and then something happened. I decided to stream. So I was going to take the day off instead. And then something else happened today, and I decided to stream again. And this doesn't have anything to do with a woman that I talked with. I didn't talk to any women today. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately from other male content creators that are trying to help other men better understand the modern day woman and modern day dating. And speaking of which, Nuts World and I are going to be doing a very special stream tomorrow on her channel, which I will be promoting throughout this show. I will also do a quick either live stream or short video tomorrow to promote the stream we're going to be doing on her channel. I will also be sharing it on my community tab and also all over my social media on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, etc. But Mutt and I are going to be doing this topic. The topic is discussing our past relationship experiences and dating in the modern world. And Mutt, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to do that panel on your channel, Mutt Nuts World, at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what apparently we decided to do behind the scenes. I just want to start promoting it so we get as many people on the panel as possible. Mutt and I are going to go live for the first hour. It's probably going to be just Mutt and I, and then we're going to have an open panel, right, Mutt? And we're probably going to be on there for, I'd say, at least, it's going to be at least a 2 to 3 hour show, Mutt, wouldn't you say? And then that's going to take us to 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. And I may decide to go live for a post-game show later on tomorrow on my channel, depending on what happens on Mutt's channel. You never know what's going to happen, right? You never know, right? So Mutt says she's working the thumbnail now and we'll set the live to share out. Yeah, Mutt, set it up as an event through StreamYard. You set up an event. So that way, before you go to bed tonight, that way, the stream is already out there and I can take that actual link of the stream and promote the link so people can click on that link directly when you go live. So that way I can share it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, my community wall. And I'll do another either live stream or pre-recorded video, a quick one tomorrow, about an hour or so before we go live to promote that show. Mutt says, yes, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've been watching some other creators and I've been talking about, modern world dating. And these are channels primarily run by men that are trying to awaken men regarding how women are nowadays. And we're not here to bash women. I'm not here to bash women either. I'm here to just, raise awareness and, get guys out there to understand what they're really up against. Because there are two types of guys in this world. There are alpha males and there are beta males. And I'm going to be dissecting this amazing, amazing article written by Andrew Faribi from the website knowledgeformen.com. And the title is called What It Really Means to Be a Beta Male and Why Beta Male Behavior is Detrimental to Society. It's quite a long blog. I'm going to go through the whole thing. And I'll be taking 2 breaks in between. So this is going to be a 3-part show. And I'd have to say we'll be here for at least 2 to 2.5 hours, probably closer to 3 hours. So we're going to be here for a while. So if you can't stay for the full show live, make sure you come back and check out the replay because this is a show that, guys, you cannot miss, especially if you're a guy that has not been awakened to the way the modern world is, especially in the way that modern women have risen up due to feminism. No disrespect. That's just a fact. Women have been given equal rights for the last 55 years, which is great. Equal pay for equal work, the right to bear arms, the right to vote, the right to do anything and everything that only once men were able to do. And it has changed relationship dynamics. And while there are a lot of men out there like myself that are considered alpha that understand the modern day woman and know how to handle the modern day woman, there are many and plenty, which is what I'm trying to say, of beta males out there that are more like conformists and don't have a clue. And these women pick up on that and they take advantage of that. And tonight, I really, really want to focus on the guys out there that are beta males or don't even realize what a beta male is. If you don't even know what a beta male is, then you're probably beta, because then you certainly don't know what an alpha male is, right? And to those guys out there that don't even realize that they're beta, no disrespect, I want to help you change your outlook. And if you watch this entire stream here, you will learn a whole lot regarding how to better deal with and approach women and how to overcome their objectives and signs to look for when a woman is genuinely interested in you, or if she's just interested in you because you have money, you're a successful entrepreneur, or let's say you work in the high-tech industry like many people do out here in my neck of the woods in the San Francisco Bay Area. Let's say you make a couple $100,000 a year, you have a nice house, nice car, lots of money, you're a good-looking guy, but you're one of those really overly nice guys that doesn't have a lot of experience with women. So when a hot woman, comes, across you and starts talking with you, you're automatically interested solely on the fact that a beautiful, sexy woman is paying attention to you when you're not used to that, right? That woman is so intuitive, she's going to pick up on the fact that you're beta, but you're good looking, you have lots of money, and you're successful. So you've got everything that she wants, with the exception of you're not man enough for her. With no disrespect, you've got everything she wants besides one thing: masculinity, right? And why do women? Well, before I get to the topic here, I get further into this as my prelude, and then we're going to get to the blog. Let me check out the chat and see what else is going on in there. We have Firewolf Studios here. He says hello. Muttnuts World says, hey, Eli and everyone here working on setting up live for tomorrow and on the phone. Awesome. Firewolf Studios says, hello, everyone. Mutt says, hey, Firewolf. And it looks like that is it. All right, let's get to the topic here, and I'm going to continue with my prelude into the actual part of the show here. The topic of tonight's stream is why women prefer beta men with high value over high value alpha men. This is the game changer. Guys, pay attention to this. If you don't pay attention to any other video ever again on my channel, pay attention to this video. And ladies, pay attention to it as well, because you can learn why things aren't working out for you. You think you want the beta male, but that's not what you really want. And I'll explain more about that in a second, like I've explained in many other videos, which is what I'm trying to say. So one more time, the topic of tonight's stream is why women prefer beta men with high value over high value alpha men. This is the game changer. Now, first and foremost, like I've mentioned many times in the past on other shows I've done regarding male and female relationship dynamics, what are women biologically and naturally attracted to? They are attracted to a man's physical and emotional strength. Physical strength to protect her from, any danger that may come, her way while she's with you. And she's going to expect you to be able to protect her from that danger. And if she can't trust your masculine core that you're physically strong enough to protect her, she's not going to be with you. She's not going to want to be with you, at least not for the right reasons, right? Also, a woman is attracted to the emotional strength of a man, and a woman is repelled by the emotional weakness of a man. Women are repelled by weak, needy, desperate, and insecure men. Let me repeat that one more time. I've said it many times in the past. I'm going to say it again here tonight. Women are repelled by weak, needy, desperate, and insecure men that are easily controlled, that are conformists, and do everything the woman says. Nothing's wrong with listening to a woman, and if she asks you to do something every now and then, and it's reasonable, do it. If you don't agree with it, don't do it just because you don't want to make her upset. If you don't agree with something she asks you to do, let her know, well, I'm not going to do this because this is not me, But see, a lot of these beta men will do anything and everything a woman says because they feel that if they don't, that she's not going to be into them anymore. And if it's a beta male, which this is beta male behavior, you're right. That's the only reason why she's with you. Because why would a woman, let's say you have a beta male and an alpha male, and they both make the same amount of money. Let's say you have a successful beta male and alpha male, and they both make $200,000 a year. They both are corporate executives. They both drive a nice car. They both have a nice house. On paper, they're worth the same. Their net worth is the same. They're both equally good-looking guys that she's attracted to. So you have two guys of equal value all around, from looks to money to everything, right? One's a beta male and one's an alpha male. So why are women today choosing to date the beta male of similar value instead of the alpha male of similar value? Why? Because women have been empowered and they think that they want to wear the pants. And see, these women that are dating beta males nowadays, from what I've seen, initially were dating alpha males that, treated them well, but didn't do everything that the woman was trying to get them to do. See, with me, when I'm with a woman, I will be reasonable with her and I will respect her as long as she respects me. I'm the man, you're the woman. We both respect each other. If you have a suggestion, go ahead and make it. If I feel it's beneficial for the both of us, then we'll do it. If I feel it's a selfish thing that you want me to do, and it only benefits one side, I probably won't do it, and I'll call you out on it, right? I'm a good guy, and I'm good to women, and I do my part, right? But I'm not going to suck up to a woman or put a woman up on a pedestal, and I'm not going to conform to every single thing that she asks me to do, unless it's reasonable and it benefits the both of us to move forward in a healthy and happy relationship, okay? So because these women have dated alpha males of similar value in the past, and they want to wear the pants, and they realize that they're not going to be able to wear the pants with an alpha male that naturally wears the pants because he's already alpha, he's masculine, right? Okay, and because these women, for some reason, are exuding more masculine energy, more than likely because they're working a job that requires them to exude more masculine energy, and they're not able to turn that off when they come home from work. They're in that element when they're looking to meet a guy. And so when they come across guys that are masculine like me, they've given us a chance, and it doesn't work with them, even though we're attractive, we're great lovers, and we've got enough money, we've got everything that the beta male has, and we do take these women out, and we do show them a good time, but we don't let these women control us, and we don't let them get away with any BS. The beta males will let the woman get away with anything, and that's why women, in my opinion, nowadays are passing up guys like me, not because, I'm not dateable. Like I've mentioned in a few recent streams, I had a woman that said, hey, you're a good looking guy. You've got your stuff together. You got everything, that any woman would want in a man. It's just, you're not the man for me. Why? Because I prefer to date a man that's a little bit more soft spoken and more easygoing and laid back. Well, ma'am, I'm very easygoing and laid back. It sounds like to me that you want to wear the pants. And you can't wear the pants with a real man. So you're going to date a feminized man, a beta male, because you're going to be able to have control in that relationship. So you're going to date a similar man, a similar value man financially, looks-wise, etc. The difference is he's beta, I'm alpha. And you think you want to be with a man like that you can control, but wait till you get in that relationship. When you get into that relationship, few months down the road, or maybe 6 months down the road, let's say the intimacy slows down, or let's say that he's not as open emotionally, or he's he's just not assertive enough, and you're always the one being assertive, that's going to start turning you off. And then you're going to wonder what's going on here. I'm feeling like this is really not the way I expected it to be. Yeah, man, because he's a feminized man, and women are attracted to a masculine man that is emotionally strong and assertive and dominant. And you're repelled by the weakness of a man. You're repelled by weak, needy, desperate, and insecure men that lack certain things like being assertive, etc. Right? So what happens when they realize that? They realize that, and then they start to lose respect for the guy. They fall out of love with the guy. They still may not leave him. They may cheat on him. They may keep him around because he's got the money and providing and doing all the nice things and buying her all these gifts. But then she's going off and meeting up with some alpha male like myself, and then, having a little fun on the side, right? That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. So why, in my opinion, does that happen? It is because you beta males out there, no disrespect, you beta males out there are allowing women to do this. You're giving women this option. If you beta males learn to understand how to be more alpha and be more masculine in the way you were biologically made to be, then women would not have the option of seeking the beta male provider, right? No, nothing wrong with an alpha male providing for a woman. Nothing wrong for any man providing for a woman as long as you are the man in the relationship and she's the woman. But if she wants to be the man and wear the pants and wants you as the man to be the woman and be more submissive, it's not going to work out. That it just doesn't work out that way. The sexual polarity is reversed. It never works out. So to you beta males out there, okay, I want to help you. I want to help empower as many men to become stronger and become strong, real alpha males. So that way we don't have any more beta males out there. And that way women don't have these options to prey on the vulnerabilities of these men that need a little kick in the butt to become awakened and become stronger, and not sit there and be fazed by these women that come along to try to get with you for the wrong reasons, leading you to believe that they're going to be with you for the right reason. What do these women do? They dress all sexy, they flirt with you, they might sleep with you early on, they get you hooked sexually, right? They get you hooked, right? Because they want something from you. And they know what you're lacking. They know you're lacking the dominant masculinity that turns on women in the bedroom. But they know you're always going to be there for them. You're going to buy them all these gifts. You're going to do all these things for them that they assume the alpha male won't do. Well, ladies, the alpha male like myself will do nice things and occasionally buy flowers for women. Will buy you gifts every now and then if you deserve it and if you're respectful and if you allow me to be the man in the relationship and you are the woman. You're the woman, I'm the man, and we respect each other for who we are. That's where the issue is nowadays. You correct me if I'm wrong. Does this make sense, Mud? If you're still listening, or Firewolf Studios, does this make sense? Let me know. Because I'm very, very passionate about this topic. I am extremely passionate about this. And look, I love men and women. I'm not here to bash anyone. I just don't like what I see that's happened to men nowadays, especially our younger men, our millennials and post-millennials, the Gen Z I generation. These guys are not being taught how to be dominant, masculine, good men. And you have women that have been empowered, and women are being taught, as they go through school, to be strong, but men are being left behind. So young men are wondering what's going on. Like, whoa, what's happening? Like, women are asking me out now, and women are just, getting in my face and being all dominant. And these guys don't understand it. They don't get it, right? So I want to help these beta males, and our young men understand what you're up against so you don't fall into a trap and end up being with someone that's going to, use you for your resources and then be intimate with the dominant alpha male on the side, right? If we close the options of the beta males for women that do this, and lots of women do this nowadays, that option won't be there. Then maybe things can start getting back on track where, men will respect women for being biologically a woman and women will respect men for biologically being a man. So basically what I'm saying is that, men will behave the way they were biologically made to be masculine and women will behave the way they were biologically made to be feminine, right? It's pretty cut and dry. I talk about this all the time because this is what the issue is. And like I said, again, before I move forward, it is you guys out there, the beta males, these guys, these good-looking guys that make good money, have a nice house, nice car, but you lack the social skills and the confidence, and these women pick up on that, right? But they know if they give you a little nookie and get you hooked, that they're going to be able to extract your resources. And once they extract your resources, whether you're married to them or just dating them, and your resources are gone, guess what? They're off to the next, right? Either that or they stick with you, and then, like I said, they're being intimate with the dominant alpha male on the side. So you guys got to learn to understand that. You got to learn to understand that. And if you have any questions, reach out to me, Coach Eli at coacheli.com. Go in the description and send me an email and share your stories with me. And I can even do a video, regarding your story and respond to you. You can even remain anonymous if you'd like. All right. So what I'm going to do, we are at 26 minutes. I'm going to switch on over to the browser source, and I'm going to dissect the first part of this blog article, and then I'm going to take a break, come back, and do 3 other parts, and then take another break and come back to the last 3 parts. That's how this is going to go. So let's go ahead and switch on over. There we go. Once again, this blog article is from the site knowledgeformen.com, written by Andrew Faribi and Growth Masculinity. And the title is What It Really Means to Be a Beta Male and Why Beta Male Behavior is Detrimental to Society. One more time. What it really means to be a beta male and why beta male behavior is detrimental to society. I pretty much just went off on it for the last 15 minutes in my prelude. But we're going to take a deeper dive into this. We're going to see what Andrew has to say, and I'm going to be sharing my feedback on what Andrew said, and I think this is going to be great. So, like I said, stick around this entire show, guys and gals, because you will learn. You will learn a lot. All right, here we go. Almost everything you've ever heard about what it means to be a beta male is dead wrong. When I first read this, I was like, huh? Okay. All right. Well, what you got to say, Andrew? Beta males are not always the unsocial and shy introverts that no one wants to talk to. That's true. But from what I've noticed, Andrew, that's how they primarily are, especially the ones out here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live. Like if they work in the high-tech industry, you've got a lot of very shy, unsocial, introverted, good-looking men that are making a lot of money, drive nice cars, have nice homes, but have no social skills. And women, they pick up on that right away. And if they want to use a man for his resources for a while, it's very easy to pick up on those men. But beta males are not always this way, but in my opinion, most of the time they are. So they're not always scrawny gamers and loser nerds who can't talk to women. That's true, but in many cases they are. I've seen this happen. I've known women that have married someone that ended up being a complacent gamer, and this guy wonders why his wife divorced him. Come on. They're not always lazy, unambitious, and financially destitute men who flip burgers at McDonald's. No, some of them are, but a lot of them are very well-to-do. Like I said, especially the ones in the high-tech industry. They're making good money. They have nice cars. They have nice homes. They dress nice. They're good-looking men. But they lack social skills. They lack dominant, strong, normal masculinity for any man. That's where the issue's at. They're not always weak, unattractive, nice guys who let the world walk all over them like a doormat. Well, that is true. But a lot of them are like that, or a lot of them are strong and confident when it comes to everything except when a hot, sexy woman approaches them. These guys have no clue how to handle that. They're sprung. Boing! Where's my sprung sound? I used to use that for a YouTuber by the name of RJ Sandiford. That's it. That's the sprung sound. Can you hear that much? Whenever I used to bring a blind YouTuber friend of mine on this channel, maybe we'll see if he wants to come on a panel. I got to reach out to him and talk to him in a while. Whenever he'd come on a panel with me and I'd play this, whenever he would talk about women, because he would hear a woman's voice since he's blind, he can't see a woman. He would hear a woman's voice and it would just make him excited. So I would say, RJ, you're feeling pretty sprung over that woman, huh? And I would play that and he'd be like, doing, doing, doing. Oh, man. All right. So, or any of the other tired cliches we so often hear from the manosphere and pickup industry. Well, again, not all beta males are like the bullet points you just mentioned, Andrew, blog author. But a lot of the majority of them that I've seen are. And that's where the issue is, or at least they're that way when it comes around attractive women or women in general. And that makes those guys very vulnerable to get sucked into a false sense of being in a relationship with a beautiful woman when the woman is only with the guy because of his resources, right? And maybe give them a little intimacy just to keep him around every now and then, right? And then she's got the alpha male that she doesn't want to commit to because the alpha male is not going to let the woman extract his resources, but the alpha male is going to turn her on more sexually while the beta male is going to be more prone to throw all of his resources at her, right? Does that make sense? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Although it is true that beta males can fit the classic stereotype of the weak, incompetent, bumbling idiot who means well but struggles to create the life he really wants. Well, again, I think it boils down to when they're dealing with women. I think that most guys nowadays, unless they're super complacent and lazy and bums, most beta males are successful and are making good money and they're in a good career, right? It's just when it comes to dealing with women, they lack that part of socialization. And women pick up on that. And once a woman picks up on that, oh boy. Because these guys, they're not used to having attractive women approach them, right? They have approach anxiety when it comes to women. So when a hot woman approaches them and then picks up on how they are, you know what happens after that. I've said it many times. I'll have to say it again. This superficial definition ignores the deeper implications of being a beta male and gives us an incompetent understanding of what really makes a man alpha or beta. Okay, let's hear what you have to say, Andrew, blog author. And this is a big problem. Oh, it's a big problem. It definitely is. It's a big problem, especially in the modern world of dating. It's the biggest problem. Because to effectively because to effectively prescribe a solution to any problem, we must first have an accurate diagnosis of what the problem really is. I've mentioned what the problem really is. The fact is, women are a lot stronger nowadays. Women they know what's going on. And women have risen up to the point of where they're equal to men. They are. Let's be real about it. Now, I understand in some aspects, some guys will challenge this. Maybe men are more physically stronger than women. But hey, there are some women that do work out and look like the female version of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then they're stronger than most men. But I wouldn't want to date a woman like that. But when I'm talking about, women are a lot stronger nowadays, I'm not talking about physically. I'm saying mentally and emotionally, right? Women are very strong. They know what's going on. They know the game. And they know what it takes to get what they want. And there are guys out there like myself that are not going to put up with a woman like that. But the beta males, they don't understand this. They think that's just normal. They think that's what they have to do to keep a woman around, right? Because no other women are paying attention to them except these types of women, right? And these types of women are only paying attention to these guys as long as they continue taking care of them, being the beta provider, the beta male provider, right? In this article, I'm going to set the record straight and explain exactly what it means to be a beta male and how it is silently undermining the life of men in today's society, whether you think you're a beta male or not. I'm assuming this guy considers himself a beta male because he's talking like from a first person perspective. Because this is not the way I would have written this. But he does make some good points, which is why, I'm going over this. And you'll see as we go along. I'll reveal exactly what a beta male is, the common myths surrounding beta males, the real reason why beta male behavior is so dangerous, and how you can start down your path to becoming the alpha of your life. Let's dive in. All right, Andrew, we're going to dive in. But first, let me go back to full screen. And I'm going to take a quick break here. Break number 1. Let me see here. I'm going to cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. So give me a second. Give me a second. Who's messaging me on Hangouts right now? Oh, all right. That's Mutt. Mutt just created the live show, live with Coach Eli, discussing our past relationship experiences and dating in the modern world. I'm going to try to share it in the chat and see if it's even working again, but I think YouTube has permanently blocked links. Oh, it works. Hey, the link works. Whoa, it's back. I think it was a glitch. Now, give me a second here. Let me see if that's even... Mutt, are you able to click on that link? Huh. That's weird. Okay, hang on a second. Open link in new window. It's weird. But it's actually telling me to go to studio.youtube. Oh, that's because I'm in YouTube Studio. Let me try something real quick here, Mutt. Yeah, it works. It works. Yeah, Mutt, I think, let me try one more thing here. www.coach.eliasmelas.com. That does not work. No, it does. It showed it, but hold on. HTTP www.coach.eliasmelas.com. www.eliasmelas.com. Huh. You know what? It must have been a glitch. It must have been a glitch. Because links seem to be working again on YouTube live streams. All right, cool. Hey, Mutt, what I'll do for the time being is I'm going to pin this message to the top of the chat for people that want to click on it, and then I'll unpin it when I get back from the break. So let me just finish up setting up one more song here. All right. Music's all queued up. Folks, I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we get back, I'm going to continue reading the blog. What is the blog called again? What it really means to be a beta male and why beta male behavior is detrimental to society. So stick around. We'll be right back. see, Mutt, your cat hit the phone a little early. You had that message preloaded, waiting for Coach Eli to come back. All right. Yeah. Woo! Oh, yeah. You know, late at night, when we do these late night streams, you know, I like to play that slow music. Makes you feel mellow. It relaxes you. I love feeling relaxed. I'm in such a relaxed and peaceful state. It's amazing. Here we go. I love this song. Love this song. This is On Our Side by Silent Partner from the YouTube audio library. Whew. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. It is 1:29 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 10:29 p.m. Pacific Daylight. No, it's Pacific Standard Time now. It's not Daylight Time anymore. I believe it's Standard Time. Sorry, PST. Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time. 10:29 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in my neck of the woods. I'm in the beautiful, glorious, amazing San Francisco Bay Area, and I'm so glad you can all join me tonight. Or if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for being here. There's so much value within this show here. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, if there's only one show you're going to watch ever on my channel, this is the one to watch. This is the one that will completely change your life for the better, especially if you're struggling in your marriage, if you're struggling in your relationship, or if you're struggling to get a relationship going with a man or a woman. This is going to share with you why you're struggling, whether you're a man or a woman, and what you can do and what you shouldn't do if you want things to work with the opposite sex. It's pretty cut and dry. So let's just, oh, look who's here. Adelaide's Advice Addict. Welcome to the show. How you doing? How long you been here for? Adelaide. Adelaide. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Where's your brother Lewis tonight? Where's Lewis Fuller? You got to get Lewis Fuller to awaken. Anyway, the topic of tonight's stream is why women prefer beta men with high value over high value alpha men. This is the game changer. One more time. Why women prefer beta men with high value over high value alpha men. This is the game changer. Folks, if you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay when it goes to a replay, or if you're watching this on the replay and you kind of skimmed through the first part and didn't hear that first part is absolutely crucial, where I go into detail and explain why I feel this is happening and what you as a modern man can do to prevent it from happening to you, you know. And what I mean by preventing from happening to you is being taken advantage of by a strong modern day woman that gets with you as a beta male because she sees you as a beta male provider, and because she knows that you're not as awakened as the alpha males are, she's going to be able to much more easily convince you or manipulate you to, you know, take care of her and extract your resources. And that's what, you know, us good guys nowadays want to prevent, want you to prevent yourself from going through. It's a tough thing. It's a rough thing. And let me tell you, honestly, all of us older guys, I just turned 47 years old. All of us older guys have already experienced once or twice being in this situation. And that's what flipped us. That's what awakened us to really realize what's happening here. And again, This is not a stream to bash on men or women, right? This is not a bash on women's stream. This is to raise awareness and say that there are good and bad men and women out there. And, I'm trying to help the good men stay away from the not so good women that get together with you for the wrong reasons, but lead you to believe everything's all hunky-dory. So that way you can continue to give them what they want, primarily your financial resources. Just think about that. So go back and check out the replay. Go back and check out the first part of the show if you missed it. There's a lot of great information shared there. And I started reading the first part of this incredible blog that I'm going to be heading back over to right now. Before I do that, let me check out the chat. Oh, by the way, if you go to the top of the chat while you're here, the pinned chat, at the top, there's a link to a stream I'm going to be doing with Muttnuts World tomorrow on her channel at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. And the title is called Live with Coach Eli, discussing our past relationship experiences and dating in the modern world. We're going to go further into this. We're going to get her audience involved. And hey, if you'd like to live stream with Mutt and myself, or you want to go one-on-one with me or Mutt, or both of us together, or other people that are a part of the Coach Eli network, please reach out to me. Go below the description and email me. Find my email, coacheli@coacheli.com, and connect with me, and then we can definitely make that happen. We're looking to spread the love as far as possible. We want to help as many men and women as possible get a better grip on their lives, so that way you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires and not be set back by games that people play or people that are going to get with you for the wrong reason. And set you back not only financially, but emotionally, because, hey, if you're a man that's ever gone through a financial loss because you were dating a woman and you basically, put in all your resources into her and then she left you, not only are you now hurting financially, now you're in a horrible emotional state. So I want to prevent as many men from having to deal with this as possible, because I've been through it before and I vow to never go through it again. All right, let's get back to what did Muttnuts World say there? Mutt says that cat loves to lay on my phone. Adelaide says, hi, Eli. Hello, Adelaide. Welcome again. Muttnuts World says, oh, can't wait till my stream today. I'm going to really let some stuff out of the bag about my most recent ex and don't care if he sees it. Good. That's awesome, Mutt. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of how you're handling this. All right. So let's go ahead and switch back over and continue here. The real definition of the beta male, why many alpha men are betas in disguise. There are alpha males or guys that think they're alpha, and they're actually betas in disguise. And I've actually seen a lot of these guys out here on YouTube. There are a few millennial YouTubers that I know that claim to be alpha, but it's clearly a projection of their own insecurities. I'm alpha. See, guys that are alpha are not going to come out and say that they're alpha. The only reason why I mention I'm alpha is for example purposes, because I'm a coach and I want to be able to, come from the perspective of an alpha male. But for other guys that don't do coaching and just run a regular type of channel, for them to say that, oh, I'm alpha, I'm alpha and this guy's beta and this and that, right? They're just projecting their own insecurities. So I understand what the blog author is saying here. Let's continue. To start our conversation, we must dispel the common myths that beta males are always weak, lazy, and romantically hopeless men. Well, not all of them are like that, but a lot of them are like that. I wouldn't necessarily say that all beta men or most beta men are weak, lazy, and romantically hopeless, what they don't understand is the most important thing. They don't understand modern day female nature. They don't understand when a woman genuinely likes them and wants to be with them regardless of their money, or when a woman is just after them because of their resources. And once they get and extract all their resources, they're gone. And maybe while they're extracting the beta male's resources, they may be having sex with a dominant alpha male on the side. And that's the problem with a lot of these guys. They don't realize that I've been in that position in the past. I've been in that position in my younger days in the past, and it sucks. So you're right. And then he says they're not. Being a beta male has nothing to do with your physical strength. That's true. As a man, you should be strong, though, as strong as possible. Has nothing to do with your physical strength, financial success, or aptitude with women and dating. Well, I disagree with you on the last one, bro. Physical strength and financial success, there are, physically strong alpha and beta males, and there are financially successful alpha and beta males. But when we're talking about aptitude with women and dating, oh yes, being a beta male has a lot to do with that, blog author. I disagree with you there. That's where we're going to disagree, because that's where the problem is at. These guys have their life together completely. They're financially stable. They've got a great job. They have a nice car, nice house. They look nice. They're in great shape. They dress well. They're groomed well, right? But when it comes to dealing with women, they're sissies because they have no experience. They have no experience with women, especially the modern day woman. These external factors can serve as indicators of whether a man is an alpha or beta, but in and of themselves, they are insufficient to diagnose a man entirely as alpha or beta. Well, I agree with the exception of the aptitude with women and dating. Because the defining characteristic of a beta male is not their external success or lack thereof, but the driving force behind those successes. Well, true, I can understand that. You're talking about a man's purpose. And I'm going to make it very, very clear, like I've mentioned many times in the past. A man's purpose is defined by how he sees himself and what he makes out of himself, independent of everyone else, including friends, family members, or someone they're dating or married to. The one thing that I feel many beta males don't understand is that your purpose, when you're with a woman, she is not your purpose. She's not your purpose. If you make your woman your purpose, she's going to pick up on that. And she'll do one of two things. She'll either take advantage of you for a while for your kindness and your money and your resources, or she'll pick up on that and get so turned off and said, this is just not working for me. A good woman wouldn't stick around and use you. When she picks up on that, she'll just leave you and say, it's not working for me. Leaving you to wonder, why did she leave me? I'm a good looking guy. I've got, a nice house, nice car. I got my stuff together. Well, yeah, but you're basically making her your purpose, and that's not what attracts women to men. That's not what makes men attractive. What makes men attractive is their purpose of what defines them as an individual outside of a girl you're with, outside of your family members, outside of your friends or anyone else. It's what you make of yourself. It's you as an individual that states your purpose, not defined by your relationship. That's what these guys don't understand. All right. Okay, let me get this up here. By very definition, beta males live their lives based on the values and vision of other people. Right. I just said it in other words. Don't make a woman you're dating your purpose. Don't make your purpose someone else. Your purpose is based on you, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, and what you make out of yourself. They seek validation at every turn, and because they lack self-reliance and a strong sense of personal identity, they fall into patterns of neediness and approval-seeking behavior. That is the most beta move ever. If you seek validation from a woman, hey, do you think I'm attractive? Hey, do you like me? Hey, blah, 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 right? If you're always seeking validation when you're with a woman especially, that's going to repel them, and it's going to automatically make them aware that you're a beta guy. Automatically. Okay? So they seek validation at every turn, and because they lack self-reliance and a strong sense of personal identity, they fall into patterns of neediness and approval-seeking behavior. Okay? So, and they also lack self-respect. Self-respect is something that you gotta have. And a lot of these guys that are beta, they lack self-respect. They don't have a whole lot of self-love. I'm not saying that they hate themselves, but they just don't know how important it is to put yourself first, especially if you're dating a woman. If you put her first all the time, I'm not saying you don't make your woman a priority, but make her your equal, right? Don't put your woman above you, and don't, and women, don't put yourself above men. Don't put your woman above you, and women, don't put your man above you, which is what I'm trying to say. That's the right way to put it. You want to have something equally balanced, or it's not going to work out. It has to be fair and equal and natural. They do not believe that they are enough as a man, and so they desperately seek to prove their worth through any means plausible. I know a bunch of people out here on YouTube that behave that way. It's pathetic. It's pathetic to see grown men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s behave this way. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Any man that tries to prove their self-worth and not just know it deep within and just behave accordingly is basically a beta male. You're basically seeking validation, and you're showing your desperation. You're acting weak and you're acting needy, and that's going to repel any woman. It's either going to repel women, or they're going to get with you for the wrong reasons, knowing that they're going to be able to control you and extract your resources. And once they get all your resources, boom, they're gone. And like I said earlier, in the meantime, they're probably hooking up with Chad or Dominic on the side, who's a strong alpha male. And you don't even know that. Ironically, one of the best examples of covert beta behavior in action is the classic alpha male. Okay? A man's man who seems to have everything figured out. He has a thriving multiple six-figure career, a sports car, a physique that puts the ancient Spartans to shame, and a stack of cash in the bank. Now, some beta males have this too, which will give a woman the perception that maybe this guy's an alpha male initially, but then after spending time with this guy and seeing all of his accomplishments, having a six-figure income, having a nice car, having a nice house, when she starts to communicate with him, she's going to realize that his communication style is beta. And that's where the issues start right there. She'll do one of two things. She'll say, this is not working out for me. It's just not what I thought it would be. Or she'll pretend to be happy with him to extract his resources. Guys, especially you beta guys out there, you got to learn to identify that. Don't get stuck in that vortex. Oh, definitely don't. On the surface, he seems like an alpha male, right? He has all of the outward trappings of success, and most men would kill just to spend a day in his shoes. Well, any man can be alpha if they decide to be alpha and they learn to understand what it takes to be alpha. What it takes to be alpha is just to not be beta. Respect yourself, love yourself, put yourself first. Now, I'm not saying be selfish, but take care of yourself first. And, don't put yourself, beneath any woman just to make her happy. Don't conform to everything a woman asks you to do if you don't believe in it just to make her happy, because then you're conforming. Then you're a beta. And it's never going to work. She's not going to be able to respect you because you don't respect yourself. But when you look beneath the surface, you find something rather interesting. Okay, what is that? Despite his external successes, the man in question is not happy or fulfilled. Okay, why? His life is covertly built entirely on seeking approval from others, and every action that he takes is permeated by an unhealthy desire to be liked and validated by those around him. There are a lot of guys, a lot of fake alpha males that are in great shape, make a lot of money, and they do something that's called overcompensate. A lot of those bodybuilder type of guys, that's how they behave. It's a stereotype, but it's kind of true. Like a lot of bodybuilder type of guys are good looking, they can pick up women easily, but they're very insecure, and they seek validation, right? They've got the nice house, nice car, great job, and they're in great shape. They've got all that. They look good from the outside, but when you get to the internals, which is where a woman also wants to connect with you emotionally, that's a new ball game right there. A real alpha male is never going to seek validation. Never. Guys, one big difference between an alpha male and a beta male is an alpha male doesn't feel the need to be validated. He's happy within himself, and if people don't want to be around him, if a woman doesn't want to be with him, that's fine. There are plenty of others waiting in the queue or will come across him down the road. Okay, an alpha male does not feel the need to be validated. We're happy within ourselves no matter what happens. A beta male is not going to feel worthy unless he keeps getting that validation. Sure, he makes $250,000 a year working as a corporate executive. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. What more do you have to bring to the table than that? But he silently hates what he does. But he's making good money, right? So he hates what he does, but is making good money. Same thing happened to me. I'm not saying I hated my former self-employed job I used to do selling insurance. I just realized it wasn't my purpose, so I made a change, and now I'm much happier. And I'm building this business, and I'm much happier. Suffers from crippling anxiety? Yeah. As an alpha male, you're not going to be anxious. You're going to be cool, calm, and collective, and you're always going to be in a relaxed and peaceful state all the time. And wants nothing more than to quit the corporate world and pursue his real passions. Just like I did. Just like I did. So I did over 13 years ago, when I became self-employed. And I became an insurance broker. And I wanted to take it one step further. You know, selling insurance, you're self-employed, but it's not something that you created on your own. This is something I created on my own. I am truly a self-employed entrepreneur right now. I'm truly working for myself. I'm not an independent contractor for anyone else like I used to be. This is my own thing, and this is what fulfills me and makes me happy. I pursued my real passions. This is my real passion here. But he's too afraid to take the leap. He's terrified of what other people would think if he turned his back on such a lucrative career, and so he spends years miserably clocking in and clocking out so he can prove his worth to the father who never loved him and friends he doesn't really have. For me, I got a lot of slack from family, friends, and especially even out here on YouTube, which it doesn't matter. People have their opinions regarding me, quitting the insurance business and going full-time to coaching. This is what I wanted to do. You can't let anyone get in the way of your purpose and your passion, even family. Can't let family get in the way, can't let friends get in the way, can't let your significant other get in the way, whether you're dating a man or a woman or you're married to a man or a woman. Your purpose is your purpose. That's what makes you happy. So, sounds like the guy he's talking about, here's an example, the blog author is talking, here's an example, is not happy. Even though he's making good money, he looks good on paper, he's just not happy. So while he may appear like he's alpha, he's actually beta. All right, did I say this? So he can prove his worth to the father who never loved him and friends he doesn't really have. Yeah, if your friends aren't going to support you, then you got to just let them go. I've had to let some friends go in the past because they got in the way of my purpose. That's sad, but it happens. Don't let anyone get in the way of your purpose and what's meant to happen for you. Put yourself first. Sure, he's rocking big biceps, a solid six-pack, and legs so thick that he has to buy custom-made jeans. This is crazy, man. But his commitment to building such an insane physique stops him from enjoying his life. To achieve his goals, he's destroyed his health, imbibing a cocktail of steroids and illegal drugs to get the edge. You don't want to be around a guy like that. This is a beta guy. This is a guy that's insecure about himself, so he has to artificially make himself something that he's not, just to feel like he's worthy of having a woman or people liking him. This is pathetic, in my opinion. It's sad. He meticulously counts his calories. Nothing wrong with that. Spends 15 hours a week at the gym. Nothing wrong with that either, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons and you're not doing steroids or anything illegal or harming yourself. And can't remember the last time he actually enjoyed one of his workouts or meals. And he's doing it for the wrong reason. If you're going to do that for yourself. Do that because you want to take care of yourself. Don't do that so you can be more attractive to chicks. Do that because it makes you feel good and keeps you healthy. But the compliments from other men and the attention of beautiful women fuel the fire and encourage him to push his body to its breaking point. Right. Those are the wrong people that you're hanging around with, man. And that's a society stigma that you gotta, remove yourself from. You're practically, putting yourself, or giving yourself an early death wish by doing that, just because you want people to like you. You want superficial people to like you. So you're doing this. Let's say that, you turn yourself into what you are trying to turn yourself into. Are you doing that for yourself, or are you doing that to please other people? Never do something to please other people. Do something to please yourself. And if other people notice it, then they're going to genuinely like you. These people, if they're going to like you because of what you just did to better yourself for them, then they're not with you for the right reasons. Then they're not liking you for the right reasons. If it's a woman, she's not going to be with you for the right reasons. Even though he wants to dial back his training and make more time for fun and adventure, he's terrified that he will lose significance and acceptance if he loses his gains. That's a very insecure man right there. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of those bodybuilders are very, very insecure. And the women, despite the fact that he sleeps with a new woman almost every week, that's an insecurity. Guys that feel the need to sleep with a different woman every week, it's an insecurity. A decent, down-to-earth man is going to be seeking one woman, looking for a life partner to spend time with. Guys that sleep around with a ton of women, new women every week, a couple women a week, that's because they're insecure and they're trying to make themselves feel better. Every time they sleep with a new woman, it validates them that they are worthy, right? You should know your validation internally without having to sleep with a bunch of women or having somebody validate you. That's definitely beta behavior. He doesn't enjoy spending time with any of them because there's no substance there, because all you're doing is trying to get women, hot women, to sleep with you, so it validates the fact that you're hot enough and you're in good shape enough, right? You should already know that on your own, man. He's tired of the superficial interactions, right? The lack of meaningful love and connection, and the lackluster sex with dozens of new partners. It doesn't mean anything. That's why I don't sleep around. It does nothing for me. The thought of it does nothing for me. I want to be with one woman that I can be with all the time, spend weekends with, go hiking, snuggle up with, eventually maybe move in together, eventually get married, maybe have a family. I want to be with one woman and share my life with someone. And they can share their life with me, and together we just click. I don't feel the need to sleep with 2 or 3 women a week in the meantime to validate myself that I am good enough. Come on. Jesus. Give me a second here. At his core, He wants nothing more than to settle down with one woman and share his life with someone who gets him, but he's terrified of what his friends will think if he does this. His status as a player and ladies' man keeps him trapped in an endless stream of meaningless tirades that do nothing but feed his ego and add to his growing sense of loneliness. Right. It's pathetic. This is pathetic. Like, this guy is just, he probably went through a bad relationship or 2 bad relationships. Maybe he went through a divorce. And he's trying to get back on that horse. And what he's doing, which is not the right thing, is sleeping with a bunch of women, doing steroids, feeling the need to be in the perfect shape, this and that, and overdoing it. He's overcompensating, and he's behaving very insecurely. He's just a very insecure man. And, sure, he'll be able to get one-night stands solely on the fact that he's good looking, but he's not going to find the right woman as long as he stays in this state of mind. He's got to change that. Although this man appears to be a true alpha, he is, in fact, a beta male in disguise. He's not a beta male in disguise. He's obviously a beta male to me. But I get it. He's coming off as alpha, and women are seeing him as alpha initially to have a one-night stand with him. But I'll tell you what. I bet you during those one-night stands, the woman tries to talk with him, right? And then he's not open to a conversation or anything like that. He's emotionally closed off. So then they realize how beta he is. His success is not a byproduct of purpose, mission, and authentic desire, but of shame, fear, and an endless quest for validation. Men, never seek validation. Be happy within yourself. You need to know that you're good enough no matter what happens. And if women don't give you the time of day for a little while, or if some people say that, they don't like you, or you're ugly, or you're stupid, no matter what anyone says to you, it doesn't matter what they think. What matters is how you feel about yourself. Like I mentioned on the stream yesterday, and I mentioned it many times in the past, the only opinion of yourself that matters is your own. The only opinion of you that matters is your own. And don't ever feel the need to be validated to feel good about yourself. I don't need validation. If someone says something nice about me, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm a good guy. But I don't feel the need for people to validate me to feel good about myself. I'm self-sufficient all around. Now, this is not to say that every successful, rich, athletic ladies' man is a beta male trying to earn approval. That's true. But a guy like this definitely is. Great example, blog author. Simply that the external results we often ascribe to the alpha ideal don't tell the whole story. It is often hard to see, but when you peel back the layers of so-called alpha males, you'll often find a scared boy who's trying to prove his worth to others and fill the growing emptiness inside of him with approval and validation. Right. As a man, when you're growing up in your teenage years and in your early to mid-20s, you're gonna more so behave this way because you have no experience. But by the time you hit your mid-20s to early 30s, at that point, you have got to figure it out. You've got to figure it out. And it's sad because there are men, millennial men, and even Gen X men like myself, but I exclude myself from this because I get it. There are men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that still behave this way, and they need constant approval and validation, and they seek it. They may not come out and say, hey, can you approve? Do you like me? Do you think I'm hot? Do you this and that? They may not say it directly like that, but you can tell by their demeanor. And you can tell what they respond to and what they don't respond to. The question we must always ask ourselves then is why? Why are you or any other man doing the things you do? Right. Because you're not happy within yourself. Something is lacking. Work on yourself first and then put yourself out there. If you need to take some time away from dating or hanging out with friends and just focus on yourself and your job, take time away, focus on yourself, and then put yourself back out there when you're in a better place. So that way you don't feel the need for that constant validation and approval-seeking behavior. It is because those actions are truly in alignment with your core values and the vision that you have created for your life. Or is it because those actions are truly in alignment with your core values and the vision that you have created with your life? For some guys, it is. It should be. But for the beta males, they got to figure that out. They got to figure it out. In essence, blog author, you're talking about what is your purpose as a man? Is your purpose as a man pleasing other people or taking care of yourself first? And it doesn't mean to be selfish when you're dealing with other people, but always put yourself first. Be open to getting to know other people and be good with them. And if they ask you to do reasonable things, be open to it. If they ask you to do unreasonable things, stand up for yourself. Don't be a conformist. You got to have self-love and self-respect. That's what a true alpha male is all about. Self-love and self-respect. And purpose-driven too. Or is it because you want to prove yourself to others, feel accepted, and hide from the uncomfortable truth that no matter what external alpha successes you have, you feel empty on the inside? Melas World says, oh, can't wait till my stream today. I am going to really let some stuff. Oh, I already read that earlier. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, or it's because you want to prove yourself to others, feel accepted, and hide from the uncomfortable truth that no matter what external alpha successes you have, you feel empty on the inside. If you don't have a purpose as a man, you're going to feel empty. Again, focus on your purpose. Figure out what your purpose is. Make something out of yourself, whether it's through a job that you have in the corporate world or working for somebody else, or whether you take your purpose and turn it into a self-employment gig. Work on your purpose first. If you figure out what your purpose is and you become successful at your own purpose, the rest of your life will just fall into place. I'm telling you. The true definition of the beta male revealed. Why the driving force is everything. What separates the alphas from the betas is the why behind their results, not the results themselves. It's a good point. For example, imagine two men, John and Daniel. John appears externally to be an alpha male. He has a 7-figure business, $1 million business. He's shredded as hell, okay, great shape, great body, and sleeps with dozens of beautiful women regularly. That's an insecure man right there. Any man that sleeps with dozens of women regularly is insecure. Insecure because they don't want to be with one woman and have a life with one woman. They're afraid to commit for many reasons, maybe what they've dealt with in the past. They're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of just many things. A man being afraid is not an alpha quality. So he says, John appears externally to be an alpha male. Daniel, on the other hand, appears to be a beta male. He only makes $75,000 a year, but works a job he enjoys. He's fit and athletic, but his physique isn't particularly impressive. And he's been happily married to the same woman for almost a decade because Daniel loves himself. He's happy within himself. He knows what his purpose is. Two different men here, right? One makes way more money and bangs a bunch of women. The other one makes $75,000 a year and is happily married to the same woman for almost a decade. I'd rather make $75,000 a year and be happy than make $1 million a year and be miserable. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. But when you look under the surface, you see the truth. John, despite his success, at his core feels weak, lacking, and inadequate. He works crazy hours in his business to prove to the world that he's good enough. Yeah, because he's insecure in himself. He feels that his success is defined by making money, or he feels his purpose is defined by making money, and it's not true. Yes, making money, you need to have enough to survive, but you don't need to make millions and millions, especially if it takes away all of your time from, your personal life, having a relationship, or being married to someone. He uses all the one-night stands with women to cover up his insecurities. I was right. and appear to have something over married men. But the truth is, John is incapable of holding down a real relationship, even though that's what he really wants. He's terrified of commitment and even more terrified of what other people will think if he settles down. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. If you are going to allow other people to define your happiness, you will never be happy. If you're going to base your happiness off of what other people are going to think if you don't do what you feel or they want you to do, then you're never going to be happy. That's a weak beta move right there. That's not a real man. That's a conformist. You're trying to please everyone but yourself. Pathetic. Change it. His successes, as impressive as they might be, are driven by fear, inadequacy, and shame. That's because you're insecure. Maybe there's something, going on in the way he was raised. Maybe he came from a broken household. Maybe his parents were divorced, didn't have a strong father figure, didn't have a strong mother figure. It all stems back from the childhood. Daniel, however, is different. Even though he only makes $75,000 a year, he loves what he does for a living and enjoys a healthy work-life balance. He works 35 hours a week, feels fulfilled by his work, and made the conscious decision to earn less money so he can enjoy a lifestyle of freedom, a deeper connection with his wife, and adventure with his outdoor hobbies. That's exactly how I am. That's exactly how I am. I am just like Daniel. 35 hours a week. Now, some weeks I work a little more than that. Some weeks I work less. I'm self-employed. But if I'm dating someone, I always make time for them. And I'm always secure within myself, and I'm always happy within myself. And I don't make that woman my purpose. My purpose is what I enjoy doing for myself. What attracts that woman to me is my purpose. If I make her my purpose, then she's not going to be attracted to me. Okay? If I do things to please my friends and family, I'm not going to have what I want, and I'm not going to be happy. So what's the way to change that? Stand up to your friends and family and tell them, hey, I appreciate your concern, but I got this. I got this. I'm going to do what I feel is right for me. I love all of you, but I'm going to do what's right for me. And if they keep pushing it, then you may have to step away from your friends or family even for a little while. Sometimes you've got to remove some people from your life temporarily or permanently, even if they're friends or family, if they're preventing you or getting in the way from you creating your own purpose and making you a better person to get what you truly want and allow you to feel happiness. All right, let's see here. And even though Daniel has been married for years, incurring the disapproval and scorn of his alpha friends, he loves his wife and feels a deep sense of connection and satisfaction in sharing his life with one person. I'm the same way. That's why I don't have one-night stands. That's why I don't go and sleep with a bunch of women. It's the thought of that is not fulfilling to me. And it's not fulfilling to any guy that does it. They do it because they're insecure, because they really want one person in the relationship, but they know that it's going to be hard to find that. And they know that, probably where they're at, there isn't going to be a woman that wants to commit to them because maybe they're not where they want to be. And plus, they're acting insecurely. So no woman's going to be attracted to stick around with a guy that's insecure. That's the truth of the matter. Ultimately, Daniel believes that he is enough. He knows what he wants and has engineered his life to achieve it. Perfect, dude. That is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Although he might appear to be a beta male because he lacks the fame and acclaim one might expect, he is in fact a true alpha male. No, he's an alpha. He's definitely an alpha. Absolutely. You keep a wife around for 10 years. You're happy with your work. Got great friends. Alpha male. Absolutely. He's self-confident. fulfilled and derives his sense of validation internally, not externally. Exactly. Let me read that again. Beta males, guys in general, listen to this. He's self-confident, fulfilled, and derives his sense of validation internally. He validates himself internally without saying anything, not externally. He feels good about who he is without having to say anything or hearing anything from anyone. That's a real man right there. John, despite his successes, is a beta male. His achievements are rooted from a place of neediness. That's horrible. Weak, needy, desperate, and insecure men are going to repel women, and it's just going to make you an unhappy, miserable man. And this is how we can ultimately determine whether a man is alpha or beta. Beta males derive pleasure from making other people happy. They avoid tension and conflict, often at the expense of their own self-respect. Right, like when you're with a woman. The beta males will put up with the BS that women will throw at them and conform to it because they feel that women will no longer be with them if they don't. Why would you want to be with someone like that? That's horrible. They do. Beta males derive pleasure from making other people happy. Nothing wrong with making someone happy as long as you take care of yourself first and you don't put up with the BS. When I'm with a woman, I want to make her happy, but I'm an alpha. And if she tries to pull something that is not in alignment with what I believe in and what I feel should be a part of a normal relationship, I will call her out. Let me tell you what happens when I've called women out like that in the past. They start to laugh because I say, hey, babe, you're being ridiculous. Why? Because this doesn't make any sense. Let's just, you know what? Just forget about it. Let's move on with the night. I'll pretend like I didn't hear what you said. I respect you, babe, but that was ridiculous. And quite frankly, it doesn't work for me. So let's forget it and move on. What happens? You stand up for yourself. She can feel your strength as a man. And then she comes closer to you and is turned on because you're not fazed by anything that she throws at you. Anything that she tries to do to derail your masculinity or your masculine core, your masculine center. When she tries to do that and she's not able to tear that down, that turns her on. That tells her internally, this guy's a strong man. This is the kind of guy I want to be with. This is the kind of guy I want to rock my world in the bedroom. This is the kind of guy that would protect me from any danger. This is a real man. They avoid tension and conflict, often at the expense of their own self-respect. Yeah, you got to love yourself. You got to have self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, how do you expect others to respect you? Come on. They struggle to assert their real desires and set effective boundaries and allow their emotions, specifically their desire to be liked, to dictate their life and control their actions. Right. It's pathetic behavior to me. I talk about this all the time. Although these characteristics often manifest themselves in ways that may appear alpha, you must never judge a book by its cover. True. Never judge a book by its cover, but if you're intuitive like I am, you can pick up beta behavior very quickly if you know what to look for. Give me a second here. Alpha males live their lives based on their own vision and values. They know who they are, what they want, and why. Absolutely. I know exactly what I want, and I won't settle for anything less. And I know why I want it and who I want it with. When they pop up, it'll be instant. Until then, I'm going to continue doing what I do. I'm going to focus on my purpose, which is this, being a coach. And when I find someone, I'll incorporate them into my life and not let them derail what I've been building. And I'm going to continue to help, or I'm going to help them with whatever they're working on, if it's meant to be, right? A relationship is something that, is a partnership. If you get together with someone and you start dating them and you love each other, you're going to support each other's visions, goals, dreams, aspirations, right? They don't seek approval of other people, and they don't live to make other people happy. Right. I don't live to make other people happy. I live for myself. But I love making people happy that deserve my happiness and deserve to feel happy coming from me. You understand? Like, not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your kindness. But don't feel the need to seek the approval from other people and feel the need that your happiness stems from making other people happy. Your happiness stems deep within yourself. They live their lives by their own code and in pursuit of a higher mission and purpose of their own design. Right. The reason that most men choose to pursue the path of the beta male and ultimately the true driving force behind all beta behavior is this. It is easier to fall into the trappings of beta male behavior than it is to have the courage to pursue the life one really wants. Being an alpha male involves you taking more risks. Alpha equals risks. Beta equals scared to take risks. Think about what a woman is going to be more attracted to. Do you think women are more attracted to men that are afraid to take risks, or men that take good risks and are not afraid to take risks to get ahead? Right? I think you know the answer to that. Beta male behavior allows men to be complacent. Right. Complacent is someplace you don't want to be. That'll end your relationship quicker than anything. Complacent is a fancy word for being lazy and being stuck in a rut. Don't get lazy and don't be stuck in a rut. To check their brains at the door and blindly follow the herd. Beta male behavior. It is hard to have the courage to be an alpha male. It is hard to stand up for yourself, to be authentic and pursue a mission that no one else understands. Right. To live life for yourself and walk your own path when no one else will walk with you. Right. Have you folks seen those walking with purpose videos that I've done? I'm out on the hiking trail by myself. Now, I prefer to go hiking with, other people. But sometimes I just go out there and I do it on my own. And I have no problem walking down a path that no one else will walk down with me. I also like walking down paths with other people, but hey, I'm okay doing it on my own. If you're not okay with doing something on your own, then you're not going to enjoy doing it with someone else. Couldn't have said it better than that. While it might be easy to settle for beta behaviors today, those behaviors inevitably lead to suffering and regret tomorrow. Right. This is what I try to tell women that date beta males. Strong women that date beta males. It's not going to work out. You think that's what you want because you think you want to wear the pants, but you really don't. Right? And the reason why you don't give alpha males a chance that make equal money as these beta males, look just as attractive as these beta males, have a nice car and a nice house like these beta males, the reason why you don't give us a chance is because you want to wear the pants, and alpha males want to wear the pants. And you feel that a normal, decent alpha male that wants to wear the pants is going to be controlling. No, we're not going to be controlling. We're just going to be masculine and you're going to be feminine. The thing is, you ladies want to be masculine and you don't want to date a masculine man. So in essence, you think you want to date a feminine man. But what happens when you get in that relationship? What happens? It's good for a little while. And then you start getting bored because the guy's a beta male. He bores you. He's not as sexual with you. He's not as assertive. He's very quiet, and you're just not feeling it, right? And you realize that you're looking for a man that's more assertive and more of a leader. Yet you had that opportunity with a guy like me, but you decided to go with the beta, right? Because you said, I'm looking for a guy that's more soft-spoken and more, more of the quieter type or whatever, right? Okay. But now you're bored. Now you're not feeling turned on or excited. So you lose respect for him, you fall in love with him, maybe you start cheating on him, and then you end up leaving him, right? And then you're right back to square one again, right? I see this happen over and over and over again. So the question you must ask yourself is not only, why am I doing the things I do, but am I willing to embrace hardship today so I can live the life I want tomorrow? All right, let me see how much more I have to go here. This is taking a lot longer to go through. I may not go through this whole thing. I may just share the link. Mutt says, night, catch up later, going to get sleep, so rested for my stream. Yeah, Mutt. It's 2:23 a.m. Eastern, 11:23 p.m. Pacific. Have a good night. See you tomorrow, Mutt. Let me see how much further we have to go. 1, 2. There's a whole lot more to go. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to step away and take another break. There are still 4 more sections to go. I just went through the first 2 after the prelude in the first segment. I'm going to go through 2 more, and then I'm going to have you folks read the last 2 on your own. I'm going to share the link below in the description. Let me find off where I left off, right there. But before I get to the next 2 sections, I'm going to step away for another break and give my voice a rest. Give me a second here. So I'm going to queue up some royalty-free YouTube music here. I've got a couple here already. Just need a couple more. All right, we're all set to rock and roll, folks. I'm going to step away for another 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we return, I'm going to continue with the next 2 sections of this this blog, which again is called What It Really Means to Be a Beta Male and Why Beta Male Behavior is Detrimental to Society. So stick around. We'll be right back. energy up, energy up, energy up, energy always is up here on Coach Eli's A Grip on Life channel. Do you feel the energy? I know it's late at night, but hey, maybe you're watching this on the replay. And all I want to do is make sure that you feel good about yourself no matter what. If you feel good about yourself internally, through yourself, nothing is going to faze you. Nothing is going to get in the way of your success. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. I always feel good. I always feel good. And I'm feeling good right now. Yeah, let's get down. Let's get down. Yeah, do you feel it? Let me know if you feel it. I feel good. No matter what time of the day or night it is, I'm always feeling good. I've got energy, boundless energy. I've got legendary stamina. I haven't heard that phrase in a while, but I do have legendary stamina. No one has the stamina that Coach Eli has. That's why some people can't keep up with me. That's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. Let's move forward here. Oh, yeah. Woo! Man, am I feeling it tonight? I've been feeling it the past couple of days. We're a couple of days away from Xmas, Christmas. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli live here on YouTube. It is 2:35 a.m. Eastern Time, 11:35 p.m. Pacific Time. It's still not midnight over here on the West Coast. I love the West Coast. I love where I'm at. I love it. And tonight, we are discussing why women prefer beta men with high value over high value alpha men. This is the game changer. One more time, why women prefer beta men with high value over high value alpha men. This is the game changer. If you missed the first couple parts of the show, go back and check out the replay, especially the first part where I shared my personal thoughts about this in great detail. And to you guys out there that are struggling, wondering why your relationships don't work with some women, or if you know you've been taken advantage of, why it happened, you want to know why it happened, which is what I'm trying to say, check out that first part and you'll have a better understanding. Play it over several times if it takes that many times for you to understand it. You know, like my good friend, Coach Corey Wayne, that's also out here on YouTube, says, repetition is the mother of skill. The more and more that you hear something and read something, okay, the more and more that you repeat something, it becomes a habit. You start to learn it. And then it becomes who you are. It betters yourself. I know for a fact it works because I used to be a beta male. I didn't even realize it. In my younger days, I used to be a beta male. And until I learned all the things I'm sharing with you folks here through my Grip on Life channel, until I learned that, I couldn't become the alpha male I am today. I couldn't become the happy, confident, strong, determined person that I am today. And again, that's what I'm here to help each and every one of you accomplish. But it's up to you. It's up to you to dig deep within yourself and want to make that change. But first, you have to identify, hey, something isn't right, something isn't working out, and I keep putting in all this effort, and I keep failing with women, or if you're a lady, I keep failing with men, or I keep failing, at starting my own business, or I keep failing at a job I get. What's going on? And if you need a little more hand-holding, I can help you out personally. Go to my website. You can click on the link below in the description. coacheliasmelas.com, coacheliasmelas.com. Click on the coaching services tab and click the package that works best for you. I've got very reasonable rates for the time being, and we can set up a plan to help you out. All right. So let's get back to this blog and read a couple more parts and then wrap this up. And I'll share the link in the description at the end so you folks can read the rest of it. All right. Okie dokie. The beta male fallacy. Why there's no such thing as a true beta male. Well, I can understand where the blog author is coming from. And I understand the meaning that he states it in spirit, but there is such a thing as a true beta male. There is. But let's see what he says. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Despite what you've heard from the pickup gurus, MGTOW, oh boy, I had my run-in with MGTOW, and MGTOW trolled me for 3 years on YouTube, let me tell you. And red pill communities, there is no such thing as an alpha or beta male, only alpha or beta behaviors. I like how you put it, man. You put it very professionally and very maturely. To me, it means the same thing. A man that behaves alpha is an alpha male. A man that behaves beta is a beta male. It's my opinion. You're entitled to yours, but I like how you presented it very maturely. I get it. Although there is an undeniable trickle-down effect that influences a man's behavior and personality, our character is often compartmentalized. The way that you show up as a man can vary from one area of your life to the next. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you can also handle things maturely and confidently as an alpha male, or you can be immature and weak and needy and desperate and pathetic and be a beta male. It's up to you. Yes, but things are going to vary in life from one area of your life to the next. A man who is incredibly alpha in his career, working hard, taking risks, knowing his worth, and pursuing goals that are meaningful to him can be incredibly beta in his relationship, allowing his woman to walk over him. I would never let that happen. It's happened to me in the past, and at this age, it'll never happen again. Give me 1 second. You have to clear my throat. Darn allergy season. So, in his relationships, allowing his woman to walk over him, disrespect him, and violate his boundaries. Guys, never, ever, ever let a woman disrespect you and violate your boundaries. You got to set your boundaries early on. She's going to set boundaries too. You set boundaries as well. And if your boundaries are crossed, you got to have a conversation right at the moment where she crosses your boundary. She's going to test you. And if you don't call her out, you're going to fail her test. And then it's going to go south. That relationship's going to start going south. So stand up for yourself. Be an alpha male. Be a good guy, though. Don't be a jerk, but stand up for yourself. Being an alpha male doesn't mean you need to be an arrogant, pompous ass. But it also doesn't mean you have to be a weak, needy, insecure beta male. Be something in the middle. Be something right in the middle. Just be well balanced. And stand up for what you believe in, even if it involves your relationship with your woman. Similarly, a man who is an alpha in his relationships, refusing to tolerate second-class behavior, stating his needs, even sexual, and getting them met, and knowing that he is the prize, right, can be a beta in his career, spending years trapped in a job where he is underpaid, overworked, and disrespected by middle management. I agree with that. I agree with that. So you can be half and half. Until you're a complete alpha male in all aspects of your life, your business and your personal aspects of your life, you are not an alpha male in my opinion. And I can help you get there because that's what I do here. I help people get a better grip on their life regarding their business and personal relationship needs, regardless of what it is. And this is an important point to understand. All too often, we are quick to lump ourselves and others into neat little boxes, forgetting that our character doesn't exist in a vacuum. Yeah, that's true. That's for darn sure. Being an alpha or beta male is a choice in every moment. It isn't something that you are born with or a static trait that you simply have. It is a conscious choice to act against or in alignment with your values. Right. You have to learn. You have to build up to this. You're going to make mistakes, in your younger days, your teenage years, in your 20s. By the time you hit 25 or 30, you should have this figured out. If you've dated a few women and, you conform to all their wants and needs, and, you basically, didn't stand up for yourself when she crossed your boundaries or other people crossed your boundaries or crossed them, yeah, you got to learn from that and turn that around. Absolutely. It is a conscious choice to act against or in alignment with your values. To take a stand for yourself and your life, or allow life to happen to you. To face the adversaries of life head on or hide in fear. I always face the adversaries of life head on. And a real man is going to do the same thing and is not going to hide in fear. Beta males hide in fear. They're afraid to take that chance. They're afraid to ask questions, especially to a woman, that they feel they might not get the answer that they want or are seeking. You need to ask that question, and if it's not the right answer that's in alignment with you, you walk away. If it is the right answer, maybe you work something out with her. That's what a real alpha male does. The fact that you are the alpha in your career or relationship or health does not make you an alpha male any more than the fact that you occasionally donate money to charity makes you a good person. Right. This guy gets really in depth into this. Every man, no matter how grounded he may be, slips into beta behaviors and patterns from time to time. Every guy does that. Every alpha male is going to have moments of beta. There's nothing wrong with that. Having moments of beta every now and then is normal. And if you don't have moments of beta, even as an alpha male, you're subhuman. You're not a human being. So that's okay. And every man, no matter how much of a beta or a nice guy he is, will occasionally stand up for himself and act in alignment with his core values. Right. So even guys that are beta, let's say they're with a woman that's a strong woman and picked up on the fact that she's dating a beta male. Initially, that man, before he realizes what's happening, is going to conform to all of this, the wants and needs of this woman, maybe buy her all these gifts that she's asking for, doing everything that she's saying. And then it's going to get to the point of where even the nice guy, like the blog author says here, will occasionally stand up for himself and act in alignment with his core values. Even the beta males will realize at some point that enough is enough, especially when you see your pocketbook going the other way pretty fast. You're going to have a wake-up call. And when you go through one or two of those types of relationships, then you're going to be like, this is not something I want. And that's going to be your path to becoming an alpha male. When you start to realize that, then you're going to be like, screw this. I don't want to date a woman like this. I'm worth a lot more than that. When you start realizing your self-worth, that's when you start to change from beta to alpha. Very well written blog author. By accepting this, you free yourself of the shame and self-loathing that stems from the label of being a beta male. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you realize that you are not an alpha or beta and never will be, you liberate your psyche from the toxic emotions that have held you captive for so long. Like, I don't feel the need when I go out with a woman or I'm dating a woman, I don't say, hey, I'm an alpha male, babe. No, you got to know that deep within, right? You got to know the type of person you are deep within. And I see where the blog author is going with this by saying, when you realize that you're not alpha or beta, you're just being your real natural self. That's when you're the most confident. That's when you're a true alpha. I get what he's saying by that. But yeah, A real alpha male is not going to feel the need to be validated or feel the need to seek validation by saying, hey, babe, I'm an alpha male and you're finally dating a real man here. Like, you don't need to say that. You just know that deep within and you behave in that way, and your woman will respond to that. And she will love that naturally. You no longer see yourself as an alpha or a beta, and instead realize that being an alpha or a beta male is a choice in each moment. Sure, I get what you're saying. You can choose to live reactively to the world around you, or you can choose to be proactive and create the life you want. I always live my life in proactive ways. I am proactive in everything I do. In my younger days, I used to be reactive. I would lose every time. And once I hit my mid to late 20s, or by my early 30s at the latest, I started becoming more proactive. I would look at a situation and ask myself, if I take this path and do this, what's the outcome going to be more than likely, right? I think ahead about what the risk is versus the reward factor. I think about the consequences, before I do something now. That's what a real man, real alpha male does. For example, when I do a YouTube video, I take the community guidelines, the copyright guidelines, and the ad-friendly guidelines into consideration with what I'm saying, with the titles I'm creating, the thumbnails I'm creating. I'm proactive on that. Most people out here, that get taken down for guideline violations, copyright violations, or ad-friendly violations are reactive. They do whatever they want to do. They don't take the rules into consideration. They're not proactive. They're reactive, right? So turn it around from being reactive to proactive, and you'll see a huge change in the life that you want. You can choose to stand up for yourself or allow yourself to be used as a doormat for others. Never be a doormat, especially for a woman that you're dating. Never be a doormat. Never. I've been down that road in my younger days. Let me tell you, I'm never going back. It's just not fun at all. Not fun at all. You can choose to live based on your values, your well-being, and your vision. That's what I do. My vision is my purpose, how I see myself and what I see in my future. My well-being is important to me. I take care of myself as best as possible. And it's all based on my values or my core values. Very well written blog author. And you can reduce your beta behaviors and show up to life in a more grounded and empowered way. But to make this decision and step into a new way of being, you must first accept an overlooked truth. Okay. Very, very true. Very true. I'm going to read one more part here, and then we're going to wrap this up. So if anybody is in the chat and wants to mention anything, get it in there now. If you think you're a beta male, it is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change. Right. If you've experienced a lot of things that didn't go your way, or you felt you were taken advantage of by a woman or friends or family, and it's leading you to believe that you are probably a beta male, you're the only one that can change that. It is your responsibility to dig deep within yourself, to own it. And only when you can own it is when you can start making a change. That's the truth. That's it. You got to own it. You got to accept responsibility of your actions and what you've done. Take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. That's what I do. That's what I've done in the past, and I do that every day. Let me say that again. If you're currently trapped by beta beliefs, behaviors, and habits, it is not your fault. I could challenge that, but I get what you're saying. I get it. Now, I'm 47 years old, and I'm definitely not beta. So maybe, me reacting to this is almost an unfair reaction. If a beta male were doing a reaction video to this, it would be different. So I get where the blog author is coming. All of us are evolutionarily hardwired to crave acceptance and predicate our sense of self-worth on the opinions of other people. Sure, it's a natural thing. But as a man, you can't let people see that. And you can't let that define you or consume you. Good point. But what I just said, don't let it consume you. Don't let it consume you. And thousands of years ago, our hunter-gatherer ancestors literally lived and died by the opinions of their tribe. It's a different world nowadays. But at the end of the day, the core values of being masculine have always been the same. You're a strong man physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yes, we're not out there, hunting and gathering, because now, we have farms and we have machinery and equipment, and we have other people doing that. Like, the world's a different place. But even back in those days, the same principles of a man being a man and being a strong alpha male applied. The principles have never changed for masculinity, ever. Disapproval often meant death, either at the hands of their fellow tribesmen or nature. Yeah, well, basically, if you weren't a strong, confident alpha male, that could mean your family's gonna starve and not have food to eat. People were dependent on you. You had to come through. If you were weak at all, not only did it cost you your life, it cost your family their lives too. People don't realize, how important it was to be a strong man back in those days. But the same principles of masculinity still apply today. And even if women say that they want more of a beta male, that's not what they may say that, but that's not what they respond to. They're attracted to the strength of a man and repelled by a man's weakness. Bottom line. Today, with nearly 8 billion people sharing this planet, this is no longer the case, and the opinions of others are largely irrelevant. They should be. Some people still let others' opinions get to them. But like I said earlier, and I've said in the past, the only opinion of you that matters is your own. I'm going to repeat, the only opinion of you that matters is your own. No matter what you do, who you are, or what you believe, there are other people who will agree with you and people who will disagree with you. Right. And if you disagree with someone, respectfully disagree. You don't have to get into an argument with people. You don't have to say, well, I'm not going to be your friend anymore because you disagree with me. No. Hey, bro, I get where you're coming from. I just have a little bit of a difference of opinion. I respectfully disagree with you, but yeah, I get it, right? Simple as that. That's what a real man does. A real man is not fazed by the opinions of others. And when someone shares a difference of opinion, he'll respectfully disagree. He's not going to lie and agree with that person just to conform to them. He's going to be truthful and say, dude, I disagree, but respectfully, hey, I respect your opinion, but I disagree with you on this. All right, cool. Let's move on, right? But our ancient brains have yet to catch up. And to make matters worse, our parents' upbringing and society didn't exactly do us any favors. That's where the problem lies with many men. They're not being raised properly. And so they're not getting that nurturing love from the father. They're not learning how to be a man from their father, and they're not learning how to be a great nurturing person through their mother because they come from a broken, family, right? So then you are left to fend for yourself in this world. And for some guys, it takes them a lot longer to snap out of it. And some guys never snap out of it and just live their entire life in misery. And that's why I do what I do, because I can help anyone snap out of this if you allow me the chance to help you. Let's see here. From the time we were little boys, we were taught to fit in, to play it safe, to listen to authority and avoid rocking the boat. That's what our mother taught us. But our father, if you had a strong father like I did, taught me the right way. He taught me to be strong. He taught me to not let people get to me. Be good to people. Respect their opinions. But you don't always have to agree with everyone. You got to take care of yourself first. On the other hand, mothers, including mine, was telling me to love everyone and treat everyone the way that I'd want to be treated. And be good to them no matter what. Even though there were a lot of people that were rude to me, I always tried to be nice to them. That was just my nature. Your parents, as much as they love you, want you to be safe and secure. Well, that's more mother. And same with father, but father is going to teach you more, hardcore stuff on how to be a real man. Because he knows what it takes to be a real man, because he had to be a real man before he married your mother and had you, right? Happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose are secondary aims. Well, I think your purpose is the most important thing. I don't know why you put secondary aims there, but happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose, to me, defines a man, especially his purpose. So I wouldn't even go here and put in secondary aims. I would say that's the primary purpose of a man. And so since the day of your birth, you were inundated with toxic beliefs and encouraged to live and believe in ways that are diametrically opposed to your own well-being. Well, yeah, it depends on how you were raised. I was raised with traditional morals, values, and ethics that really don't exist that much anymore nowadays. They should, but they don't. No one's being raised that way anymore, and that's why the world's a different place, especially the dating world, which is what I'm trying to say is a different place. You were taught to behave and listen to your parents, teachers, and managers at work. Never question, just follow. That setting boundaries, being outspoken and standing up for yourself is selfish or arrogant. Well, yeah, if you talk back to your bosses and stand up for yourself, they would fire you. So you had like a catch-22 there. And that's why your parents were teaching you that, because especially back in those days, things weren't the way they are today. Back in those days, it was about, okay, going to school, get an education, get a good job, and do your job and don't complain. Don't get fired, have your benefits, have your steady paycheck, right? That's what he's saying here. Because even to this day, working for somebody else, if you question your boss too much, they'll frickin' fire you. They'll get tired of you and they'll fire you. That having lofty ambitions and goals that go against the status quo is childish or foolish. Yeah. Yeah. That's how some of us were taught. I get it. That your sole purpose as a man is to follow the script society laid out for you. That's what I used to think. That's what my mother used to teach me. My father taught me differently, which is why I turned out the way I did. Thank you, Father. And I thank you, Mother, too. I learned a nurturing love from you, but I learned how to be a man from my dad. Get a 9-to-5 job, get married, have 2 to 3 kids, buy a house with a white picket fence, and die without ever asking yourself, what kind of life do I want to live? Right. It's like the fairy tale here. Get a 9-to-5 job, get married, have 2.3 kids, buy a house with a white picket fence, and die without ever asking yourself, what kind of life do I want to live? But this American dream isn't a one-size-fits-all. Depression, anxiety, and suicide are on the rise in men. So I'm not going to read that. I'm going to stop right there. This gets into some more deeper aspects here that I'm just going to leave to you folks to check out the rest of this blog. There's still, we're probably about 2/3 of the way through. There's still quite a ways to go through this. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to full screen. And I'm going to add this to the description section before I get on out of here. So when you go on the replay or you refresh in a minute or so, you're going to be able to check out the rest of this blog. You're going to see source a few lines down. And I just saved it there. All right. So 2 hours and 25 minutes. Had I gone through the whole thing, we would have hit 3 hours. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. But the rest of the blog goes into some greater details, depression, suicide, other stuff that affect men as well. But I did mention enough regarding this topic here tonight. I'm just going to say this before I get on out of here. The more and more that I put myself out there, I've been single for quite a while. I've gone on some dates. I had a short-term relationship recently. I explained that on some other shows over the past week. The more and more I put myself out there, whether it's online dating or talk to women in person, wherever I'm at, it's a bloodbath out there. It's not easy. Especially to guys. There are still some guys out there that want true love and happiness and want a real, genuine connection with a woman. And you put yourself out there, even if you're an attractive guy, like for my age, I feel I look good, take care of myself. I am well-spoken. I dress nice. I smell nice. I'm successful. I'm confident, but I'm really laid back. I'm a good catch, right? But I could be the perfect guy in the eyes of most women and still not get a chance. Like, you got to put yourself out there. It's just crazy. It's crazy what you have to go through today to find one person that you click with and be able to settle into an amazing life with them. But I do believe that it is still possible. And if you really want something, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how much you have to go through to make it happen, you're going to continue pursuing until you get what you want. That's what a strong, confident alpha male does. That's what a good, strong woman does as well. With that being said, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck. I hope you all got some value out of this show. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something and understand that, hey, I love everybody. I love men. I love women. I love people. I just want everyone to learn to better understand each other in this crazy modern world we all live in. And that's why I do what I do. That's why my show is called Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, because this modern world is quite a beast to navigate. And I'm going to continue sharing my experiences here for as long as I can to help you folks better understand how to get around this world, how to get around this world. There we go. I was looking for the words, I found them. All right. Before I go, one more thing. Later on today at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific on Mutt Nuts World Channel, we are going to be live streaming, and we're going to be discussing, the topic is, the title of the show is Live with Coach Eli, discussing our past relationship experiences and dating in the modern world. I'm going to share that on my community tab. By the time this goes to a replay, it should be in my community tab. So you can go right to the link of the live stream. Please share that stream. Get it out there, folks. It's going to be a great show. Mutt and I are going to go the first hour, and then we're going to start welcoming people on the panel. All right. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.